Every war creates heroes. Every battle creates scars. But only a few moments in life reveal who we truly are. This is not a story about victory. It is a story about loyalty, when loyalty is hardest to keep. War leaves behind more than broken shields. It leaves behind broken promises, broken trust, and choices that can never be taken back. On fields like these, no one walks away unchanged, because when survival becomes the only goal, even friendship is put to trial. Edrin, Kale, Rovan, 3 warriors who had marched through fire together. They were not bound by blood, but by something stronger: shared danger, shared victories, and silent promises. In battle, they trusted one another with their lives, and that trust is the most fragile weapon of all. Once they were more than soldiers. They were young men who laughed by the fire, shared the last piece of bread, and spoke of futures that war had not yet stolen. They promised to stand together, not only in strength, but in fear, in doubt, and in failure. They did not know that one day those promises would be tested by blood. But trust frays where greed or fear enters the field. A whispered offer, a heavy pouch of gold, a promise of safety when others may fall. Betrayal rarely begins with hatred. It begins with a moment of weakness, when fear feels louder than loyalty. And in that quiet moment, a single decision can change every life that follows.
The battle was fierce. Steel met steel. Dust filled the air. And in the chaos of noise and fire, there was no time to think, only to act. But it is in moments like these, when fear is loud and reason is quiet, that the smallest choices can change everything. Not every mistake is planned. Some are born in panic and paid for in regret. In a single heartbeat, a brother's hand became the blade that would test them all. Kale did not strike an enemy. He struck the man who trusted him most. And in that moment, the battlefield fell silent, not because the war had stopped, but because something far more fragile had broken. Shock, regret, and the cruel clarity that follows a wrong choice. Rovan saw the truth before anyone spoke it, and Kale saw himself, not as the warrior he wished to be, but as the man who had just betrayed his own heart. Some mistakes do not shout, they whisper and echo forever. Blood filled Edrin's lungs, strength left his hands, but something stronger remained. He looked at Kale, not with anger, but with the same eyes that once shared bread and laughter, and he said the words no one expected. "Still, you are my friend." Not because the wound was small, but because his heart was larger than the pain. Silence followed, not the silence of peace, but the silence of truth landing where excuses cannot survive. Forgiveness does not erase what happened. It forces us to face it and then choose who we will become after it. In that quiet moment, Kale did not feel saved, he felt seen. Kale's mind raced backward through every step that led him here. The offer, the doubt, the moment he chose himself over his brother. And now, standing before the man he had just wounded, he realized something terrifying. The enemy he feared outside was never as dangerous as the weakness he carried within. Regret is not loud, it is heavy, and it stays. Rovan did not shout, he did not raise his blade, he knelt beside Edrin, because some moments demand more than anger, they demand responsibility.
It is easy to judge when others fall. It is harder and braver to protect what still can be saved. Loyalty is not proven by rage, but by staying when everything is breaking. The weight of the spear felt unbearable in Cale's hands. He dropped it, not because he was ordered to, but because he could no longer carry what he had become. Shame has a strange power. It does not wound the body. It wounds the story we tell ourselves about who we are. And in that moment, Cale did not fear punishment. He feared that he had destroyed the only thing that ever made him worthy of trust.
Edrin knew the pain would not vanish. Forgiveness does not erase wounds, but it chooses what grows from them. He did not forgive because betrayal was small. He forgave because hatred would have made it larger. To forgive is not to say what you did was right. It is to say, I will not let what you did decide who I become. And that choice takes more strength than any sword. When the commander arrived, the battlefield did not forget what had happened. Forgiveness does not cancel consequences, and loyalty does not protect us from responsibility. Cale would face judgment, not from anger, but from the laws of men and the weight of his own conscience. Because mercy and justice are not enemies. One heals the heart, the other protects the world. As they carried him away, Edrin spoke one last truth to both of them. Do not let this moment turn into hatred, he said. Let it become a lesson. Because pain can make us bitter, or it can make us wiser. The wound will heal, but what matters more is what grows in its place. Rovan stayed by Edrin's side, not because he was perfect, but because loyalty does not disappear when things go wrong. And Cale was sent away, not as an enemy, but as a man who would carry his mistake with him. Some friendships continue, some change forever, but every choice leaves a mark. Weeks passed. The battlefield grew silent, but silence does not mean forgetting. In quiet moments, we all return to the choices that shaped us, to the words we spoke or failed to speak when it mattered most. And in those moments, we decide who we will be next. In life, you will be hurt, sometimes by strangers, sometimes by those you trusted most. And when that happens, you will face the same question Edrin faced. Will this pain make you harder or wiser? Because some loyalty is stronger than betrayal, but only if we choose it to be. So now the question is yours. If someone you trusted deeply broke your heart, would you forgive or would you walk away forever? There is no easy answer, only the one that shapes who you become next. This was episode 1 of Stories That Teach Loyalty. If this story moved you, stay with us for the next.